I want to ask a question. It's a very, very simple question. How can we save our country? What action can you take right now that will make a difference in your country, this country, the United Kingdom, for the next 100 years? What action can I take right now that will change the course of this country's history? And I believe the answer is very, very simple. When we look at the problems that the nation is facing, the problems that this nation faces are moral, they're political, they're religious, they're ideological. And nobody's giving answers. Nobody's giving solutions. Everybody's complaining about them, but nobody's giving solutions. The pledge, when you read it, when you read the document and you go online and you have a look at it, and if you get the chance, I'll put the domain in the video down below the video. Go to thepledge.org.uk and you will see the solutions to every single problem that this country faces. It's very much grounded in our Christian heritage. We're unapologetic about that. And that doesn't mean it excludes atheists or Hindus or Muslims or any other religion, not at all. What we're doing is we're saying, to understand the United Kingdom and become an integral part of the United Kingdom, you must acknowledge the United Kingdom's Christian heritage, but you must also, in a way, morally submit to that authority of Britain's Christian heritage. So that's one part of it. But it's a lot wider than that. We talk about freedom of religion. So whatever religion you are, when you come to the United Kingdom, you can practice that freely without being hindered, as long as that religion is not causing violence or mayhem. Freedom of speech, that's going. And that is, since I started in the movement, I wrote the mission statement for Veterans Against Terrorism in 2017. And I pushed and lobbied at every other part of the movement that I've been in, that freedom of speech must be one of the biggest issues that we face and that we protect. That's in the pledge. Freedom of assembly, it's in the pledge. Democracy, genuine democracy, where the dog is wagging the tail, not the tail wagging the dog. And the dog is the mass of the British people, and the tail is those pathetic creeps up in Westminster. It's about time that they got shaken up and shaken out. And that's what the pledge does. It holds people to account. It holds us to account, the people that have signed it, and it holds politicians to account. That's the idea behind it. That's the thinking behind it. It is the Magna Carta of the 21st century, in my opinion. It is there as a very, very serious effort and a serious document to call politicians and tyrants like Keir Starmer and all the rest of them to account, because they have not been called to account. From John Major onwards, politicians have not been properly called to account. They serve their masters, the globalists, instead of serving the people, and that's got to change. That's what the pledge is all about. And as you read through the document, you read through the whole website, which I implore everybody to do. I want everybody to sign it, but I want people to know what they're signing and agree with what they're signing. It is a document that I believe can go a long way to bringing reformation, restoration, revival, whatever you want to call it. And you could take that in spiritual Christian terms, or you could take that in secular terms, because they're all very, very closely connected and closely interwoven. Our country is in serious trouble, very, very serious trouble. And the pledge is an initiative to hit the reset button. Now, there's a lot of people talking about different parties, Reform, UKIP, the Conservatives, whatever label. I don't care what rosette people are wearing. I don't care what label they've got on their shirt. It doesn't impress me. What impresses me is what people really believe in their hearts. That's what I want to know. I want to know what people believe and what they're willing to stand for and even die for if necessary. And again, I think the pledge gives that very firm foundation of what being British is all about. And obviously it's about a lot of history. It's about a lot of religion. It's about a lot of politics. Of course, a lot of people don't like any of those things. Well, to put the country right, you need to have at least a working knowledge of those things. And again, that's what the pledge can give you. There's a lot of information in the pledge that really goes back to, well, not necessarily in the pledge, but in the documents behind the pledge and in the thinking behind the pledge, that goes back into 1,000, 1,500 years of history. So it's a serious document, and it's a document that I believe can transform the United Kingdom. And if you haven't signed it, I'd ask you to go and look at it. I don't want you to sign this document if you don't believe in it. If you look at it and you think that's not for me, that's absolutely fine, because this document is about freedom. So if you don't agree with what's in it, don't sign it. My personal opinion is that no right-thinking person could refuse to sign it, because I think it's such a powerful document. But we've got to realise that this is probably our last shot at saving the UK. And again, I'm not going to talk about the political parties, because, to be honest with you, I'm actually bored with talking about the political parties. I want to talk about the pledge, because I believe the pledge will be what will be used to hold any politician to account. And I can't commend it to you highly enough. It is the people's pledge. It's not my pledge. It's not Paul Thorpe's pledge. It's not anybody's pledge. It's just the pledge. And it's there for the people. It's there to give the people hope and give them an ideology to live by, and to fight against tyranny, because our country is sliding into tyranny and we can't allow that to happen. So anyway, I'm not going to make these videos too long. I commend the pledge here. I ask you to sign it. I've signed it, obviously. Everybody I know, I think, signed it. So sign the pledge, share it with all your friends, and let's get this thing really, really motoring. See you all soon.